Hello and welcome to another video. Well, it's a lovely day today. What it's about I don't know what date it is here. It's end of August, something like that. End of August, and it's an absolute gorgeous day. So today it is a big gardening day. Well, sort of. As you can see from here, I've harvested my broccoli. I had my broccoli in there. So I've harvested that. So the next job really is to, well, I've decided that I'm going to put my leeks into there, my leeks that will sit there over winter. And then I've got some onions to put in there. Now these that's already in there, they're my spring onions, which are coming on lovely, coming on nicely. You can see that's very close to a harvest. That some of them are very close to a harvest. I've got some further up here as well. It's getting close to harvest. These look like they don't need covering. This is my experimental bed, as I've told you before, where I put stuff in here just to see if it can survive not covered up. Now those are my sprouts, and the sprouts need to be covered because they're a brassica and they've been decimated by caterpillars and things. So, but it's like I said, that's just an experimental. This is just an experimental bed. But the spring onions are fine. So onions don't look like they need covering from pests. Same with tomatoes. There's the tomatoes coming on lovely. I just hope we're going to have enough. I just hope we're going to have enough summer, which I doubt it. I doubt we're going to have enough summer to ripen all these. But if I'd have put these in early enough, it would have been fine. I've had quite a good harvest of cucumbers, and still some growing. Look, still some. Very bright. I can't see where I'm filming, so I'm hoping I'm getting that. Where the hell am I? Oh, here we are. Can't see where I'm filming. So yeah, so I've got one there, and I've got one under there, like that. And I've got one down here, one on the floor down there. So they're still harvesting lovely. Like I said, it's end of August. Peas are finished. The peas are finished, no more on them. I've got some peas here, but they haven't come right, so they will be the pea pod, the pea seeds rather, for next year. Same with these runner beans. That's a nice runner bean, but that will be the seed for next year. Yeah. Same with this one here. Another seed for a seed pod for next year. Look at the size of that. When you harvest these, though, it's better to harvest them not that size. But they're okay. They're okay. But it's like all vegetables. It's a adjustment call between the size of them and the sweetness. The bigger they are, as a rule, the less sweet they are. So it's getting that balance shot between a nice size to eat, but not too big that they go woody and stuff. Some more tomatoes. Must remember not to get too close with this camera, otherwise it goes out of focus. Yeah. This is what I call my hot table. This is my hot table. I put some lettuce in. This is a bit of iceberg here. Bit of iceberg, a bit of gem. So you don't need a garden, you just need a plant pot. and you can quite easily grow lettuce in a plant pot. These are gem lettuce, which is a cross between the romaine lettuce and a butter lettuce. The little gems, my favourite lettuce. Right, so, but the main job today is I'm putting these in. So this is a load of onions I've got. These are onions, bulb onions, and these are leeks. So I'm going to put the leeks in into one bed, and I'm going to put the onions into another. This is spinach that I put in to a bed I'll show you in a minute. Right, so what we'll do is we'll grab the leeks. They've been growing in there for about, I don't know, 4 weeks maybe. They're a nice size for transferring. A lot of planes in the sky today. All you can hear is like this roaring. It's very busy today, Sunday. Right. So the leeks are going to go into this bed here. The leeks are going to go into that bed there. So, and I've got some other leeks up here. I've got some other leeks. Been in a while, but they're in shadow a bit. They're in a shadow a bit of that cucumber. That cucumber plant grew a bit bigger. There's actually two cucumber plants there, and that grew a bit bigger than what I wanted. I would have rather it grew up, but there's a lot of side shoots on cucumber, and your side shoots is where your fruit grows. So they're in. So them leeks there have been in a while, but they'll be fine. The cucumber plant won't last much longer now when weather changes. Whatever weather's lovely like this, it'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, while we're here, look at my sweet corn. The sweet corn, you can see, right, this my sweet corn. You can see how you can see that there. Very sticky. And then your corn is, and then your cob is under there, underneath here. There, that's your corn, that's your cob. There. And there's quite a few. You can see it better on this one. See that? Oh dear. That one, that's your cob, all the way up there. I've got quite a few, and all I do is I just wait for a still day and then see if it pick it up. Can you see that coming off? Can you see the dust coming off that? That's pollen. That's just the pollen. So it's very weird. It releases so much pollen a day. Well, if you can see the pollen coming off that, it's very fine, like a dust. And this is what I do every day. I just do this every day, just to make sure that all these oh god, it's sticky, that all these oh, it's sticky, horrible. I've got as much pollen on as possible, because it's important to pollinate them properly, because while they might develop some corn, if all these strands are not pollinated, then you might get a cob that's only got like a few strands of corn on it, So all these fibres need to be pollinated to get all the rows of corn to be, you know, to come to sweet corn. But right, yeah. So this bed here, this is where my spinach was. Well, my spinach has been in there. Has been in there since June. My spinach. So I've pulled it all up. My spinach. I pulled the old plants up, and I've put some new spinach in there. You can just see little plants that their thing, and these plants, they're the bigger ones are perpetual spinach, which is not really spinach at all. It's chard, but it's very nice actually. It's very nice, this perpetual spinach, the chard. You can't tell the difference, and it's lovely and fresh. Look at these things. These. See the bees in them? I ain't got not a clue if I'm getting that. But the bees love that. Bugger off. Love the flower. Don't love me. Just get on with your work, which is pollinating that thing. But yeah. Oh God, he doesn't like being. They don't like being disturbed when they're feeding. Oh, I'm taking a chance, but it's not bees I mind. Bees are fine. It's not bees. It's wasps I hate. I hate wasps, because wasps will mess you up for no reason. They're vindictive little sods. But bees are okay. As long as you leave them in peace and don't threaten them, they're fine. Well, that one feeding. That one, look, just bugger off. I'm not hurting nobody. Right, so that's what I'm doing today. Now I've got jumping now because that bee's after me. Right, so that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to put them leeks into there, and then later on I'm going to put the onions next to them spring onions there, which of course the leeks and the spring onions will the leeks and the bulb onions will sit there over winter. Yeah. Right, so anyway, I need to cut my lawn. As you can see, I'm working in my garden today, so it's a bit of a tip. You know, I've pulled my covers off, and I've got tools all over the place. But you know, it's a working garden in the end, so can't always look pretty. Right, so fast forward half an hour, and I've got my leeks in. You can see that those are my leeks in now. So as I saw from my other bed, they don't need covering, at least not yet. And I do have some spare leeks left, so I shall save them so that when I find when I pull something up, or when I harvest something else in the next week or so, next couple of weeks, like the beetroot over there, I can put them in. So it's basically, I know that I keep saying that this is a big garden, but when you're growing as much stuff as I am, it's not really big enough to be honest. So I try not to leave any spare ground. If there's any ground that comes vacant, it's always a good idea to make sure that you've got some spare plants in reserve, just to shove in the spaces, and that way you're not wasting your space, are you? That way it's a case of, you know, you've got more produce for your space. Oh, I can smell them onions. I can smell them. Oh, I don't know what it is about onions and leeks and you know, that onion smell. Just makes me hungry. So basically now, these are my bulb onions. So I'm not sure if they're ready to go in actually. Some of them are still growing. If you look here, I might just leave these for another few days, but it's the weather today. The weather is beautiful. My knees are sweating. It's that hot today. So, yeah. I might leave them. See, these are the decisions you have to make all the time. On the fly sort of thing. I mean, I could get the onions, I could get the bulb onions in there next to the spring onions. It's what I intend to do. But, don't know. Anyway, that's another, I don't know if it's a quick video or not, but it's another update on my garden. It's September, coming up to September soon, and things are really coming to an end now. It's basically you're putting in for winter. Well, you can still grow things from this time onwards. You can still put things in, but they do tend to get a bit slow. You know, the growth is slow. It's basically, yeah, basically what you're doing this time of year is getting your plants going and getting them big enough so they'll survive any frost later on. But so they're just basically ticking over. Your plants are ticking over until the spring. And then what that does, it just gives you a head start. This is what I do every time I walk past this thing. It just gives you a head start in spring. If you can get some plants in now, that's what it's for. So, note to self: do not put sunflowers next to a working bed, because because the bees are just everywhere now up here. Oh dear. Oh well, thanks for watching.